So before I start the workflow, I will just explain the whole flow of how it works. So basically, this is the Gmail trigger. That means once a customer or a client sends a request, it gets triggered, and then the time we set for that was every minute. That means you can add a poll time of every minute, and to connect it, you just need to create your credentials, which I'm sure you just need to Google. And if you are hosting on Railway and hosting or whichever platform you're hosting it on, you need to go to Google Console to generate to be able to set it up for that. So the event to be message received, that means on message received, that is the event for that. And like I said, it will be checking every minute for a new message. And then we have the search record, which I'll explain the reason why we're having a search record. So in case the reason why I put a search record there is because if somebody sent a message twice, we want to know if the status for that message is still pending or is resolved. So you create your credentials on Airtable, you get access token. I've explained this in a previous video before, so you can go there to check how to create credentials. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure the video is not long, so that is why I'm skipping all this part. And then the resource will be record. We have the operation is search. This is why we're searching, like I said before. We want to search through the table. That means this is what we're searching for to check if the status is pending or is resolved. As you can see, we can change it to pending or resolved, and I'll still explain the reason why we're doing that. So the next one after that um is okay, after you choose from your list, after you connect your token with it, you to bring out the list, which is the customer support here. As you can see, we have the customer support, which is the list, and then um the next one is the filter, which is the table, and the table that we use for this is all queries. If as you can see, this is name of the table, all queries info for this. And then if we're going back to the filter by formula, so all we're checking for, we're checking only the email address. If the email address is found on the table, and if the status is either pending or resolved. So that means what I'm trying to say is that if a person sends a message for the first time, if the if it searches the table and find out that this, oh, we don't have this email before, then it processes it for the first, and that means it goes straight to the next workflow. But if we've checked the table and found out, oh, we already have this email, and the email is showing pending or resolved, then it should follow another workflow. The reason why I did this is because I don't want someone to send a message twice, like a reply to a message, and then we get the same flow for it. I'll explain the reason why I said that when I'm doing the main workflow, so you understand it better. And yeah, so if we found out that okay, the email is actually, we already had the email before, it goes towards this place here. Or if the email is not there, that means it's a new person sending the request or query, it goes here. So I'll explain the whole thing. And just to let you know, for this point here, if it cannot be found, I make sure that there is always output data. So that means even though it cannot find the record, it should still proceed to the next one. That means always output data. If not, it will just stop at that workflow if it doesn't find anything. So that's why I put always output data. And then let's continue with this flow first. The next thing I put is the if node. So that means if the JSON ID, which was for the what is it called, for the customer support, if the ID, you understand it better once I do the workflow. So if the ID exists, that means it's true. That means the it was able to find the search record, and the search record is where the ID is gotten from. So if the ID is true, it will go towards this way, and if it's false, it goes towards this. So now we need to generate a ticket ID, and we use a code node for that. So I use a code to generate a random number that will add a ticket ID, and how the ticket ID is gotten is ticket with the date of that day and any random number. So that's how we generate the ticket ID. And then we now have the text classifier. The reason why I classify this text is for it to go to different departments. We have the billing department, technical delivery, and product department. So we need to know what exactly the query is about, so we don't get each department. So each department do not get the wrong queries, because I don't want in a situation where the query for technical is ending up in the billing department. So for that was the reason why we have this text qualifier. So as you can see here, we created four categories in the text qualifier classifier. Sorry, we have the category for billing, technical, and I'll just show you an example of how the description looks like. So for the billing or payment category, we said okay, where there's a refund, double charges, failed payments, subscription cancellation. An example is I was charged twice, or my refund hasn't arrived. So whenever a result pops up with a query pops up with something that's similar to this, it knows that okay, this is for the billing or payments department. And we also have technical. Technical is when you have to do it, maybe an app crashing or I can't log in. And we have delivery problems too. Let's say missing packages, wrong item, delayed orders. Let me show you an example of what I wrote for. So we have missing package, wrong idea, delayed orders. My order hasn't arrived yet. I got the wrong product. So queries like this to make it go straight to the delivery or order issues department. And the last one is the product quality. Let's say the customer is complaining about the product they just bought. At that point in time, they are not. It goes straight to the product quality and customer experience. So that is the reason why we used a test classifier. So we need to know where exactly the problem is, so we can send it to the right department. Because if someone is having a product issue and then it's ending up in the billing department, that would not be okay. So that was the reason why we did this. And the model we did used for that was we used I used Google Gemini for it, and the reason why I chose it because it's free. You can use OpenAI. OpenAI will also be free without token, unless um, your free token has finished. So I use Google Gemini for it. And to generate your API, you just need to go to let me confirm um, name of the website. Okay, yeah, you need to go to Google AI Studio, and then once you go there, you create an account to sign in, and then you have to create a project or an existing project that you have before, if you had one before. And if you don't have one before, you just need to go to Google Cloud Console to create an account, then create a project, and then go back to the Gemini, which is Google AI Studio, to generate your API key. So once you generate your API key, you paste it here, which is this API key that you paste here. And just to let you know, when you are choosing the module for it, make sure that it is flash thinking. If you use like a chat model, it will not work. So it has to be a flash thinking model for it to work. Then after the task classifiers, the AI will be able to classify the text of which it is. And then we have this Gmail link. The reason why we have this edit, which is the edit field, is because I want each customer ID to be unique. What I mean is, in case each person that sends a message to you has his own unique thread on their Gmail. So I need to extract that thread ID. So each time someone clicks on it, it takes the person straight to the person's chat on that Gmail, which is what I am actually looking for. So I need to extract it. So once I get the person thread ID, I link it to create a record on Airtable, which what we are sending is the sender's name, email address, subject. Subject is gotten from the Gmail address, message department, Gmail link, and the ticket ID. And then we send the same records to the the same query to the department that we want it to be, which is Slack, and I just send it with my Google. That's what I did, but I guess there are different methods of sending with that. So this is how the message looks like that I'm sending to Slack to each department. Hello team, no complaint alert. Then the name is the name of the sender. Ticket ID is the one we use the code to generate. The time is today's time, which is now.format. The year, month, date, and the time. The message is the a new customer has been logged. Kindly review the details on Airtable. So after that, then we now reply to the person message. So we send each customer um, a constant message like to let them know that okay, we reviewed your message, so they would not get worried. I guess it's just a one-time thing where each time if someone logs in a complaint after 2 minutes, I guess that's why I added the wait note, so it's not immediately. I think I set it to 2 minutes. I think, but because of the example, I let it at 1 second. Okay, 1 minute. But it depends on individual. You can set yours to 2 minutes, 1 minute, sorry, or you can make yours instant. That means you remove the wait node from it, and then you reply to the message. Sometimes I automated the response. Like each time anybody sends a message, after 1 minute, after the person logs in their complaint, they get a message which says, I'm trying to, yeah, I used HTML to write all this. So I'm looking for, okay, thank you for reaching out. So let's see, we receive your message and I've opened the support ticket for you. And this is your unique ID. By the time you see it um, on Slack and I think you'll be able to understand it. So let's get started on the whole thing. So I'll show you an example of how it works. So I want to send a message now using it. So let me execute workflow. So I'll show you how it works. Um, so let me use an example of so it's okay. Let me say subject should be what subject can I give it? Um, let me say bad product. Then the product I got is really bad and is affecting my skin. So based on the classifier, this should go under um, I'm coming, let me confirm again. It should go under product quality. That is where it should continue from. So let me try it again. So we could see, and then let me send. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, this is the Gmail trigger for it. And then let me show you the message. The reason why it's showing like this is because the wait time is still here. As you can see, the 1 minute waiting for it to load 1 minute before it sends a reply. So I'm waiting for it to go. So yeah, after the sends the Gmail trigger, the search notice that okay, this is the first time I'm sending it through that method. Then the if node, there was no ID there. Then generated the ticket text qualifier. Like I said before, it's going to go towards the product quality. And as you can see, it went towards the product quality line. Then after that, we were able to get the Gmail ID. Then we created a record, the product quality. We waited for 1 minute and then we sent the reply. Let me just show you how it looks. So if I check, as you can see, we have the new, today's date is 11 to 12:32 p.m. So let me check the time the thing entered. 12:31 p.m. That was the time it entered, and it went straight to the product quality or customer experience department, which was what I said due to the request that we sent. So this is how it looks like on Airtable. We have the sender name, which is Franklin Daniel, the email address, the subject. Remember, I put part product as the subject of the email, and then the email is the product I got is really bad as affecting my skin, which was the same thing I put when sending the email. And the department is product quality. And then the reason why I put that Gmail link, you know, remember I was saying I wanted to generate the ID. This was the reason why I generate the ID. Let's generate the ID so I can get. Let me show you what I mean by that. So if I click on it, it will take me straight to the person's chat, which is what I was looking for. So as you can see, the product I got is really bad and affecting my skin. So I will send a generated reply which says, "Thank you for reaching out. Successfully received your message and I've opened a support ticket for you. Your unique ticket ID is," as you can see, this is how it looks like. So each time I was able to generate the thread ID, I was take me straight to the person's chat, so it makes it much more easier. And then we have the ticket ID, the status is open. So each time anybody logs a complaint, it becomes open and someone start working on it. So once someone works on the project, it changes from open to the person changing it from open to, let's say, pending or resolved. So once someone starts working on it, it changes to pending, and then we have the supporting them, who is the person that is working on the project now. That's the reason I added this field of support team. So different people can work on this project at the same time, or this query at the same time. But on the last modifier, that means the last person to work on it is what will appear here. And we have the time just created, the last modified time, and then the date of today. That means, so that's how it looks. And the same thing works for other departments. Billing department is also like that. Technical is also like that, and delivery so is also like that. So that's how it works for everything. So let me show you again. So we have the Gmail trigger. Um, After the message sent, then we have the subject. This is where we got the subject from. I want to show you how we got the main thing. This is where we got the email address from and the name that we used for it. I'm looking for the text. Okay, yeah. Then the text, the product I got is really bad and affecting my skin. You can actually use the HTML format or just normal text. I use normal text format, so it makes it much more easier for the agent to understand. And then we had the search record. As you can see, there was no item, but based on the setting, it's generated an output for it. And then this was generated the ticket ID, the text qualifier. Um, Based on the request, which is the product I got is really bad and is affecting my skin, it's put it under what is the last one? It sent it under the product quality, which was where um, we were able to generate the reply based on the Gemini AI. Was able to tell us that okay, yeah, based on the request that this person sent, it's under product quality, and then we use the Gmail link to generate the thread ID. And how do we get the thread ID? It's from here. If you look at your Gmail trigger, this thread ID here, because I'm able to generate thread ID. So you just put https then slash mail.google.com/mail/u dot slash 0/inbox. I just ChatGPT to generate this whole thing, then I got the thread ID. It takes me straight to the charts, and then we create a new record using those drag and drop. I've explained the whole thing. So the sender name, you go to Gmail trigger to get the sender's name, and then the email address, just like I said before, you just drop it down. These are the subject. You just drag and drop here and you drop it there. Then basically that's how I was able to do it, generate this one. So we have the ticket ID, the Gmail link was gotten from that's edit node, that is the set node, this one here. I just dragged it here straight down there, so it's just your normal drag and drop procedure. And then the department was um where did I get the department from? Yeah, the department is product quality or customer experience. And how I was able to get to that one is I made sure I did everything once. Yeah. So I created two fields, one for the Gmail link and one for department. So that was how I was able to get it. So each of them have their own department and link. So it makes it easier for me. Like this one is department technical account issue. So that was how I was able to do it. And then we have create after you created the record, you send it to Slack. So let me check Slack to show you. It should be under product quality. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. New complete alert, Franklin Daniel, ticket ID, the time, and all that. The only thing that this automated with N8N will always be there based on what I found out that as long as you're using Slack, it always like to know okay where it's coming from, unless you're using a chatbot. That's the only way you can remove it from it. And that means you need to integrate webhook to be able to understand that procedure. And then after that, we have the wait time and then reply to the message. So basically, that was how it works for that. So what happens if the person now replies to a message again? Let's say the customer request sends a message. I want to reply to it. That's the reason why I added the search note. So it knows that okay, this email has already been there before. Do not follow the same procedure. And how that works is if the person said, oh, okay, let's say the customer asks, okay, can you please send me your product ID or something like that, and the person replies to a message. If we follow the same procedure, it will actually continue here and to continue the same. So we need to know that okay, with the continuation of a previous message, and that's why we use the search record. So if the search record checks that okay, this email has been there before and it is either pending or resolved, then it should not follow this normal procedure, but instead it should follow this one again. And that's why we have the switch node. And the function of the switch node is just to make sure that okay, yeah, it should send a message back to the department and also alert Slack on that procedure. So the person replies to that same email, and then we based on the department the thing comes from. We already got the details from the whole person on that on Airtable here. We already got the details of the person here on Airtable. So because it searches the record and okay, there's record like this. So we already know the department. So if the department is billing, it goes send a message to the Slack team, or if it's technical, it sends a message technical or delivery. Let me show you an example. So let's say, for example, that um, let's say for this same message that okay, let's say I want to reply and I say thank you for your assistance. Let's say I'm saying that now. I want to send text thank you for your assistance for that one, and I send a message here for this. So um, let me show you how it looks like. So as you can see here, the Gmail it's the trigger. Sorry, the Gmail got triggered after checking, and then let me show you. The subject is bad product, which is the same topic we're talking about, but it's like a response from that same topic. And then we have the text, which says it takes out all the whole text, and then it says the last message will pop up with thank you for your assistance. Um, as you can see, it did not follow the same procedure here, but instead went to another direction, and that is because of this search node. A search node brought up the user's details. And like I said before, the thing has to either be pending or resolved for it to work. If it's still in open, it's not working to go back to normal route. So whoever is in charge has to make sure that it's either showing pending, change it to pending or resolved for that part. And then once it sends out the switch, it goes straight to the product quality, which is this. So if I there's heads up to so if I go back to Slack, let me just show you how it looks like on Slack. So I'll not waste too much time here. As you can see here, um, you send a new message. The customer on tickets, this is the ticket number, which is the same one as this one in the beginning, has replied to their message. Could you please check using the link below? So it sent me the thread ID. So if I click on this ID now, it take me straight to that same chat again, um, which is the customer, that's the client, the customer message. As you can see, thank you for your assistance. Straight to that message, and yeah, So basically, that is how everything works. And if there's something you don't understand that you want to know, you can let me know and I'll fill you in on that. So thank you very much for your time, and I really do appreciate your listening and all that. So like I said before, if you have any question, you can just send me a DM, and yeah, I'll be glad to reply to you on that.